let's jump right back into the past. You know, the expectation versus the reality of the whole situation was very different. It worked, just wasn't pretty. It literally melts glue for a living. Bring it around town. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today, we are doing a video that has been highly requested since I started my keratin hair extension video series, and that is how I reuse my keratin hair extensions. If you have extensions, you understand how expensive they are, so you want to get as many uses out of them as possible. So today, I'm going to show you guys how I reuse my keratin hair extensions. Well, actually, we're gonna rewind for like a week or two. I actually put these in a little bit ago, but I want to show you guys my full process and what products I use. So don't forget to like and subscribe, and let's jump back into the past. I have been so excited to get my keratin hair extensions back in. I just want my long, beautiful hair that I feel like I was meant to be born with. I buy all my extensions from the hair shop. I'm not sponsored. This is the only place that I originally found that would let non-hairdressers, what's the word for that? But people who aren't hairdressers that buy hair extensions. The first place I saw also Gigi Gorgeous. She did like all these videos on this hair and I was like, I need that. This is the shade 613. It is super light. I know my hair does not look as light as this, but trust me, the great thing about keratin hair extensions, because they are all individual, they blend in a lot better than like a wefted hair extension. Kind of, you think of like clip-in extensions, when they don't match, they don't match. So these blend a lot easier. Now this brand does make a lot more with rooted tops, so it would match my hair a lot better if I got a rooted one. That was not around when I ordered this last year. This is where I'm showing you guys that extensions last a long time. Now I use 3 bundles out of 5 in my hair normally. And in this bag right here is my last set. So I'm gonna pull this out and show you guys what it looks like. Now, if you used your, let me not make a lot of noise here, it's like ASMR. If you are about to reuse your hair extensions and they are a bit dry, my suggestion is to coat them in olive oil and literally leave them in a bag for like a week. That's what I did the last time when my hair was a little bit drier. This hair, I must have taken real great care of it because it feels amazing. Now, something that might freak you all out, especially when you're taking your hair extensions out, is that you will notice that some of your hair is in there. That's because your hair sheds. While this is in your hair, some hair just sheds off. Naturally, you ever have your hair all over you? It happens to me all the time. That's what's happening here, but it looks a bit freaky, I won't lie. So these hair extensions are really nice. Look how light they are. They're so light. If these were yellow, or I noticed that they just weren't really toned, I would use a toning hair mask, not a toner, if possible. That way you can add hydration back into this hair. Once the hair is ruined, it is ruined. You can't fix it. It just turns into a knot later on. So you'd put these on your hair and in a month, you'd have one large knot in the back of your head. So definitely use a toning mask if possible. This is the Christoph Robin Blonde, baby blonde conditioner, and it looks like this. I really like it. So if these were a little bit yellow for my hair, I would have put this on, but these aren't. These are very light. In the past, when I used to reuse my keratin hair extensions, I bought these. They're called the Keratin nail tips. These are super expensive compared to what they now have on their website, which is this powder. I'll take it out of the bag for you all. These Kera nail tips retail for $42, whereas this powder retails for $10. But back when I started doing this, they only had the Kera tips, and if you notice these ones are brown, I think they only sell clear ones now, which would be my suggestion for everyone. Just get the clear ones, because this doesn't make it look any more natural to my hair than a clear one would. The reason I had some issues with these Kera nail tips, that's a lot to say, they're very thick. They're a lot thicker than the Kera tips that are on the actual extension. So I usually would just cut them in half and use half of it on my extension. What you do is, we'll do a whole demonstration for you all. I'm gonna drop these. What you would do with these Kera tips, you take it like where it's like dipped in, and you would take, see, it's really difficult. That's why I'm so happy they came out with the powder. I would take a whole day before I'd put my extensions in just to put these on. So you would pretty much do something like this where it would go right on the back of that. You would use your hair extension tool to melt it to the hair. That way when you melt it on, it's like when you bought them brand new. Now the powder is brand new to me. I went online to buy the Keratips and found this instead. So I'll be showing you guys how I use this powder because it's going to be my first time. So it's really going to be more of a trial and error for you all. So if you have the Keratip nail tips, you use those, but this is so much cheaper and the video online makes this look a lot easier. I'm just very thankful. I can't explain the headache of the Keratips, but it was like my only option other than just buying a whole nother set. Now that we are 2 weeks later, I can give you guys my full opinion on the Hair Shop's Keratin powder. This is easier than the Keratips because it doesn't take you a whole day to set them all up and put them in your hair. And the Keratip part isn't as thick. That was my only issue with the Keratips. They were a lot thicker than the original ones on there. So the part that attaches to your hair, like that right there, would be so thick and it's hard to hide and just really annoying on your hair. My only thing was not as easy as they showed. Now the expectation versus the reality of the whole situation was very different. Theirs is like clean cut, like actually making a new Keratip that looks exactly like the last one. Mind you, I do have their old tool. They have a newer one out, so maybe with that one it's easier, but it worked, just wasn't pretty. I'm gonna show you guys right here on camera what to expect because theirs was flawless, seamless, and mine was like, it's like a hot glue gun. You know when you're hot gluing something and you get those like little stringy bits and you're like, and you burn your finger? That's exactly what this is. This is what my hair extension tool looks like. Yes, it's a bit messy, but it literally melts glue for a living. Now this is what your hair extension will look like. We're looking to put the glue right on the top right there. And we got our little powder. I'm just waiting for this to heat up. What you do is you dip this part into the powder. See how it's like coated? And then you just take the ends of the hair and you clamp it down. See what I mean? It kind of looks like a hot glue gun, like it's just messy and my thing's not completely heated up just yet. But you guys can get the gist of it. It doesn't look anything like what they showed. And then I just like wrap it around and bring it around town. I know this looks so unprofessional, but essentially all you're trying to do is get this keratin material on the end so that when you attach it to your hair, there's some like keratin to wrap around your hair. And then what I do is I let it melt. So this is sort of what it looks like. And then I like shape it. There you go. So you get it on the end. So when I pull a strand of hair, say I was to pull it right here and I attach it, all I do is I melt that glue. When I put the heat on, it's gonna melt the keratin and then I can just go like this. If you guys wanna know how to attach hair extensions to your hair, I'm gonna link the video right up here so that you guys can watch it. I didn't wanna do a whole nother video of how like to attach these to your hair because I didn't wanna bore everyone, but I want to give you guys the supplies that I use in order to reuse my keratin hair extension. So at the end here, you can see I have keratin on the back of it. It does harden, like it gets very hard, which is how it kind of stays on your hair. If I were to do these, let them sit and then put in my hair, it would be very hard, which is exactly how it is when you take it out of the package. So I recommend doing that, let it set and then put them in your hair. I did that for a few of them and then I was like, come on, Kelly, put them in my hair, and I was making them as she was putting them in. But definitely a lot easier and a lot faster than the Keratips. Just, there's a slight learning curve. You dip it into the powder, you hold it on to the end of here. It'll start being like a little stringy bit, like a hot glue gun, as I've mentioned, and you just wind it up, put it on the end of this, put that under your hair, attach it, let it melt, roll it in your fingers, you're all set to go. This is kind of a tutorial and a review in one. My final thoughts on the dip powder is that it's easier than the Keratips. It takes less time, it's just a little bit more messy, so if that kind of freaks you out, get the Keratips. The Keratips, remember to plan out a whole day to attach each Keratip to the extension. It takes a while, you'll burn your fingers a little bit, but it is a little bit cleaner of a process. I highly recommend checking that out first though, because it's $10 and I think I said what the Keratips were in the $40 range. definitely save a little bit of money with that. If you guys have any other questions on how to reuse your keratin hair extensions, please leave in the comment section down below. This video helped you learn how to reuse your keratin hair extensions and just let you know that it is possible to reuse them. Let me know if there are any other keratin hair extension videos that you want. I will be more than happy to make them for you. I feel like I've made everything under the sun, but if there's something that you can think of, definitely let me know in the comment section down below, and I'd love to help you out. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Follow my Instagram. It's @KaseyElizabeth_YT, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.